On the fifth time the director called me, I woke up from my bed. Her screams pierced my eardrums from the other end of the line.
What time is it? You see what time it is.
I turned on my phone in a daze. It is 9:30.
Oh, well, the time we agreed on was?
8 o'clock.
And so?
I'm so sorry. After a long moment, I hung up the phone. And kowtowed to the phone. One more later, and I feel like the guy is gonna come crawling down the phone line and kill me. My name is Luan. I'm a very ordinary author. The person who just called me was my director. There's a major project today. The novel I wrote is being adapted into a radio play. I'm going to the recording studio to confirmation of the lead actor. When I hurried to the scene, it was my turn to look at the director and me. Where is everyone?
Not yet.
What? Not here yet? The director was calling a very well-known voice acting teacher over and over again. The phone rang a few times before it picked up. I grabbed the phone of the director, taped my watch to the phone. Do you want to see what time it is? Are you planning to come over for dinner?
Sorry, I forgot.
I'll give you half an hour, or you'll never show up again. I hung up the phone at the dumbfounded look on the director's face.
You and voice actor know each other?
Well, sort of. It's more than that. I've known this famous voice actor teacher for a long time. That's right, the boy I just talked to on the phone is called Bai Yao. It's my brother, and the brother who's not related to me. My mother took me to marry his father. We belong to a reorganized family. When Bai Yao arrived, I'm sitting in a chair drinking water. I raised my eyes and glanced at him, and he stood in front of me, panting. I thought you were planning to never show up in your life. I smiled at him, but the smile was all threat.
I didn't.
The director stood by, looked at me, then at him. Then carefully pursed her lips. He is the one. No need to try the others. Bai Yao gave me a look that made him want to say something else. Come home for dinner tonight.
Oh.
I took off under the sweaty eyes of the director. I'm only a few months older than Bai Yao. I've been leading him since middle school. Parents usually work together abroad. We don't see each other for a year or two. At 13, I had to take my brother, who was about my age. I was just a kid too. But I have to cook and clean up every day when got home from school. But the good news is that my parents gave me a good deal of money, and I didn't have a bad life. Girls always come of age earlier than boys. At first, Bai Yao was just a little boy. It was only after high school that Bai Yao began to grow in size. One afternoon after the entrance exam, I'm standing on the edge of the couch folding laundry. Bai Yao suddenly hugged me from behind. What are you doing? I was a little surprised to be hugged so suddenly. He had his back to me so I couldn't see his expression.
Sister, Luan.
He suddenly called my name and turned me over. Lower his head and kiss me. My brain instantly went into fits and starts. By the time he got to his feet, I reached out and slapped him. He stood in the light, head down. I never hit him, growing up. Are you crazy? Do you know who I am? He didn't say anything for a long time. When I was running out of patience, he spoke slowly.
You are the sister, my favorite sister.
I stood across the room and watched him. The boy has grown taller than me. Bai Yao's health hasn't been good since he was a kid. When he was a kid, I used to carry him on my back to and from the hospital. I looked at him in silence. We've been together since we were kids, in the big house. Just us, just he and me. We were dependent on each other when we should have been carefree at an age. Do you distinguish between like and love? Affection, love. Can you tell the difference? I sat down at the table and got aggressive at Bai Yao, who stood across from me with his head down. I always think it's because we spend so much time together. That's why he can't even tell his own feelings from his own. at the end of the college entrance examination to apply for volunteering. Bai Yao changed the application I filled out for him. He is going alone to University A, which is the opposite of me. For the next 4 or 5 full years. I never saw him again. Our relationship took a turn in the first year after I started working. Because of the high intensity of the work. I'm sick and into the hospital. The first moment I woke up, I saw the Bai Yao I hadn't seen in a long time. He's gotten thinner, the whole thing is in healthy white. The teenager has lost his youthfulness and has a more refined sense of coolness.
Sister,
I opened my mouth and it felt like my throat was burned. He cried and took my hand. Hold my hand next to his face.
I'm sorry. Sister,
I stared at him for a long time without saying anything. His eyes were red, and his whole little face was white with weeping. I realized he'd had a bad time all these years. Bai Yao took care of me the whole time I was in the hospital. He's been busy his ass off for me. The roles were reversed, the kid I used to take care of, but now on his own. Then I found out he was in the voice actor industry. He's still a big name in the industry. Not bad, Bai Yao, all done to this extent. Bai Yao's face reddened.
sister, don't make fun of me anymore.
I made dinner at home and brought out the dishes. Bai Yao is knocking at the door. I opened the door and told him to come in. Have you called parents lately?
No,
Call mom and dad when you have time. I set the dishes on the table. Bai Yao was brought up by me. It's caused him to not be very close to his dad, let alone my mom. I raised my chin and pointed to the table. Let's eat. Why are you standing there? Bai Yao pursed his lips as if he had something to say. What's wrong? Bai Yao took small steps to my side. Tugged on my sleeve. Speak up with a red face.
sister, can I hug you?
I looked at him somewhat helplessly. And then reached out and hugged him. How old are you? Why are you still pampered? He rubbed his chin against my shoulder.
Sister, I miss you so much.
Then why did you change your choice in the first place? I feel nothing but helplessness towards Bai Yao. I don't know what to do with him. Ever since I was a kid, my brother has been my favorite.
Because you said that I can't tell my feelings for you apart. Is it me who can't tell the difference? It's me or you who can't tell the difference between feelings?
He held my face and looked at me earnestly. Bai Yao was right. Is it he or me who can't tell the difference between feelings? Maybe I'm the one who can't tell the difference. I was the one who tried to escape. So the sensible older one to be must also be me, because I'm the sister.
Sister, I've grown up. I'm capable of protecting you and taking care of you.
Bai Yao took me in his arms and said to me seriously.
In the years we've been apart, I've seriously thought about it a lot. Lu Wan, my sister, my favorite person. Whether it's out of affection or love, you are an important part of me that I can't let go of. The most important person in my life. No matter what, I will always love you. What about you, sister? Do you like me too?
Of course I like you, I'm the one who brought you up.
You know, I'm not just talking about this like, you know what I'm talking about.
I put my head down even lower. I'm a very timid person by nature. I feel like he's staring a hole through me. It was only then that I lowered my head and made a noise like a mosquito. Uh-huh. I heard him chuckle softly over my head. Bai Yao hugged me again. He whispered very solemnly in my ear.
Sister, the past has been us and only us. So, I guess the future and it's been just us. Sister, Lu Wan.
What's up?
Sister.
What are you doing?
Sister.
What the hell are you doing? Bai Yao's eyes curved up when he looked at me and smiled.
I just want to call you.
I wanted to roll my eyes in disgust. I broke free from his arms, coughing as if nothing had happened. Hurry up, the rice is getting cold.
Then sister, can I kiss you?
No. Bai Yao, you don't want to get ahead of yourself. How he's getting thicker and thicker. I'm looking down at my bowl, don't go see him. Bai Yao said with a smile on his face beside me.
Let's go to work together tomorrow.
Who's going with you? People will think we have something. Bai Yao skimmed his lips like an aggrieved puppy.
What do you mean? Aren't we in that kind of relationship now?
I saw his aggravated look and quickly lost the battle. Fine, I'll go with you, eat quickly. I rubbed his head. He will be back to his full strength in no time, stick to me. The next day we went to work together. The director saw us walk in side by side as if looking at a world-famous painting. Chin, tuck it in a bit.
So, you two?
What are you looking at? You never seen take with family member go to work? Bai Yao walked beside me and smiled coyly at the director. The director waved us off impatiently, then carried the information and retreated quickly from the room. He slid the door of the video room closed. I've never worked with Bai Yao before. I sat outside the studio and watched Bai Yao record. There's something different about Bai Yao at work. He takes his work very seriously and is meticulous. While he was resting, I went inside and handed him a glass of water. Bai Yao looked up and gave me a big smile. The recorder saw our interaction. Just kidding.
Yo, isn't this Miss Liu? So close to Mr. Bai.
Bai Yao replied with a smile.
This is my girlfriend.
I pushed him in embarrassment, blushing, but not saying anything.
You guys are so affectionate.
He laughed out loud. Bai Yao and I smiled back at each other. I looked at his face, which hadn't changed much, thinking back to when I was 16 or 17. At that time, I always thought that because I was the older sister. I'm afraid it's because of me that I didn't take care of Bai Yao, didn't teach him properly. That's what made him that way. Only later did I realize that the teenager's heart was stronger than mine long ago. He also thought everything through long ago. Then I realized that he is the one who has been taking care of me all along. In fact, he's the one who's been healing me. He said I was the best sister in the world, so I'm the one who's really saved.